was told once by my son that you can keep on sleeping and keep on dreaming, or you can get up and make your dreams come true. So Asha is one of those dreams that some of us decided that we need to wake up and make it happen. Now Asha is all about hope. Hope for the people, hope for our seniors, hope to have a happy life, hope to have a place where they can meet people, they can sing, they can dance, they can be respected, where they feel they are cared for, they are sporty, and where they feel they can be themselves. Everybody has a right to be happy. It doesn't, you may be old or young. A lot of times we people forget and we look at old people with the wrinkles, but we forget. They may have wrinkles, but they have a heart that looks for happiness, a heart that wants to be loved, a heart that wants to be cared, and a heart that wants to be with people of their own culture. They want to share the food that they have tasted when they were growing up, the music they heard when they were small and when they were growing up. Although they have come to Australia and migration has got its lot of problems, and often our seniors feel isolated. Children go to work, grandchildren are busy playing with their computer games. Their daughter-in-laws or daughters are too busy doing the housework or chit-chatting on the social media. But what happens to those seniors who left their home, their friends, their homeland to give a good start to their family? And often those people are feeling lonely, isolated, and depressed, and often unhappy. So Asha and the Asha team was started to give that hope to those seniors. And the way we do it is by having 5 seniors groups, and we hope that we'll have many more groups so that our seniors can choose where they want to go and with whom they want to spend their day. We do the health checks by this time thanks to our team of doctors who voluntarily have done more than 1,000 health checks. We do it in our social hubs, we do it on the community events. We have been able to produce resources for our community. With senior rights, 2 short films in Hindi have been produced, which are on the website of the senior rights. We have produced a short film on dementia, which was done by Nani and in Victoria. And this is also on the website, which is creating awareness for the people how to cope and identify dementia. We have been able to produce a DVD along with Dementia Australia of the stories of the real people who have dementia and their carers. We have tried to lobby to the government and inform them that they have care, we have culture, and that our people need to have culturally accurate care. So we have done that, but we need to do much more, and this is only possible if community and all of you come along, and together we can make this place a supportive community where you can be happy that your families, your seniors are happy. And don't forget, all of us get old. When I was growing up, I thought grandma was born old, but as time goes on, we realize that time comes, we all get old and we are scared. What are we scared of? Scared of being lonely, scared of being helpless because our health is declining, and we are scared of losing the control. We are scared of that nobody will care for us. And even I am scared of that. I don't want to be stuck in a nursing home with the deodorant and with the toll smells around me, with the food that I don't enjoy, with the music I don't connect with the people who don't understand my language. So all I want to have is a place in Australia and give that happiness to our seniors where they can choose to live they want to live. So please support us, become our members, become our volunteers, sponsor us, give your donations, and come together and help us to take it further so that this adopted land becomes a home for all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. थोड़ी और जोर से तालियां होती तो मजे आते. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Aasha Foundation presents Sur Sangam 2021, sponsored by Qualitas and Synergy Radiology, and powered by DigiGrad.
This is Sangamitra, and I'm Sonu.
Nikam?
No.
That's right. When life makes you a Sonu, please be a Rastogi and not a Nikam.
Absolutely. तो भाई संगमित्रा और सोनू की जोड़ी यहाँ हाजिर है. तालियां तो बनती हैं.
पहले जोर से नहीं बजाई थी, अभी जोर से बनती हैं. आशा फाउंडेशन के लिए भी एक बार जोरदार तालियां बनती हैं.
बिल्कुल. But ladies and gentlemen, before we begin the evening, we would like to pay our respects and acknowledge the traditional custodians of the land on which we gather tonight. We pay respects to elders, past and present.
Also, a few housekeeping rules. Food will be available at the back of the hall on my right. I can see that there are a lot of people already there. हम देसी हैं भाई, क्या कर सकते हैं? जहाँ खाना वहाँ हम. Wherever food, Indians are always there.
Exactly, that's absolutely right. And then toilets are just behind, just as soon as you go out of the hall. On the left hand side is the women's and the right hand side is men.
And also, please pay attention to your air hostesses. The exit gates are right at the back. There's two right at the back, and one on my left, one on my right.
That was a perfect air hostess. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a musical concert, musical night, and we would like you to respect our artists and performers. So, kindly we request you to put your mobiles on silent, please.
And also, because we're so damn amazing, you can go live on Facebook. Radio Sargam is right here. They're going live on Facebook for us. And you can click as many photos of us as you like.
As many as you like.
Harohan Balia uncle is over here. My Sydney's favorite photographer, and I'm his favorite muse. You can click her photos too.
Oh, really? Just on the side, I'm there.
Also, we would love for you to donate tonight. So if you would like to as well, please contact the volunteers of Aasha Foundation, or the desk is right at the back with one of the exit gates.
And if you haven't already signed in, then please sign into the QR code in compliance with the New South Wales government policies regarding COVID-19.
And last but not the least, if seeing us, your heart skips a beat, then please, first aid is available, contact us.
And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, it's all about music.
But before we hit the high notes this evening, we would like to invite on stage one of the directors of Aasha Foundation, Mr. Kedar Pagadirimath, to say a few words.
Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Kedar.
My name is Kedarnath Pagadirimath, and I'm one of the directors of Aasha Australia Foundation. Before we proceed, I would like to welcome all our distinguished guests. Mark Taylor, welcome. He's a state MP for Seven Hills and is representing our Premier of New South Wales, Gladys Berejiklian. Make him welcome, please. We also have Manish Gupta ji, who is the Council President of India, Sydney, and Mrs. Gupta as well. Welcome. I'm so proud to announce that there is a very distinguished guest amongst ourselves, and he is the Consul General of Sri Lanka in Sydney, Mr. Lakshman Halugali. Please. And of course, Joseph. As usual, Joseph, welcome. He is the CEO of Multicultural New South Wales. Always ever supportive. Joseph, thank you. We then have, of course, we're very thankful and I welcome all the councillors. Councillor Moninder Singh from Blacktown. Councillor. We have a guest councillor who has come all the way from Ryde. He's a music lover, Indian music lover. Councillor Bernard Purcell, welcome. And we also have, as usual, Samirji, Councillor Samir Pandey, who's been from Parramatta Council. Councillor Suman Shah, I think he can't make it. His apologies. And of course, our major sponsors, platinum sponsor Qualitas Health and Synergy Radiology. Welcome. Diamond sponsors Digi Ground. Gold sponsors Friedman and Gopalan Solicitors. The Indian Accent. Centrum Group, who have helped us with the printing. Welcome. Silver sponsors Intelligent and Electrical Services. I would also like to welcome Kathy Collins, who is representing the Mayor of Blacktown. Please give her a big hand. Our special partners, the Kailash Group, who have been ever supportive. Welcome, sir. We also have the Multicultural Communities Council of Illawarra. Dr. Jayashree Bhanushali, Best Dental, Dr. Abdul Noor, Ledcott College, Dr. Bijoy Thomas, FinCorp Property Group, Mr. Seva Singh, who is the President of Association of Haryana. Welcome, Seva Singh ji. We also have Sanjay Deshwal. Welcome, Sanjay, who is the president of the Little India Harris Park Business Association. Harris Park is Mini India or Little India. So thank you, Sanjay. Welcome. And of course, we also have matrimonial marriage, and of course, the media. Media, thank you. Welcome, media. And I'll just speak about Fiji Indian Times, members of the Fiji Indian Times. Welcome. The Indian Subcontinent, Desi.com, the Indian Down Under, Indian Link Radio, SPS Punjabi, the Indian Subcontinent Times, Apna French channel, who are actually beaming this all over the world, I think in Punjab and all that. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. And Mehak Hindi Radio, Sukhdev, welcome. He's been doing so much for the last 20-25 years. A very fantastic voice. And of course, all members of Aasha Australia Foundation, volunteers, and last but not the least, everyone who have come here to support the charity concert. I welcome all of you. Thank you. I'd now like to call upon the founder, director, Vijinder Dugal, to come and speak about, we have a small book launch, which he's been waiting for a long time, and I think the COVID has been, suppressing all this, but now here it is. Vijinder, it's all yours.
Wow, what a crowd. Thank you. Look at that. Welcome. I'm not going to say the words again, otherwise you'll kick me out of there if you want to listen to the music. Now the book launch. It started with New South Wales Multicultural. Thank you, Joseph, and New South Multicultural for the partial grant. I wish next time it will be 100%. So let's hope that. Now it's a little story. We always felt, having the education background, we wanted to have children, grandchildren, and the parents together. Now this book is, which we're going to launch with some of the esteemed our audience and our guests. So we worked with the Hornsby Girls High School. In Hornsby, the girls came, they talked to some of our seniors are here, they talked to them, they talked about their grandma's recipes, they wrote together. The cover of the book was designed by Westwright Public School and Hornsby Girls High School. We had a little competition. Then in Westwright School, there were some Korean and Chinese kids as well. So the grandparents, the parents, and the children did the cooking together. So that book is very important because it's the connection with three generations. So we hope that next one we will be able to make some stories with the grandparents or some of the games they played. It depends on how much funding we get. So maybe New South Wales government might give us something. Thank you so much. I'm going to start the launch in a way that I will request Kitar to bring Mark Taylor, who is the MP for Seven Hills and represents the Premier. And we are grateful to him for his ongoing support. So please come over there. And I'm going to request Dr. Sundar, who is our director, to bring Mr. Manish Gupta, who is the Consul General. Please escort him there. And I'm going to request Dr. Valanju to bring Joseph Liposta, who is the CEO for Multicultural. Please, can you escort them there? Just in case they go the other way, so we have to make sure somebody escorts them to the right place. You have to be very careful. Is Prash Menon here, the CEO for Qualitas? Prash? You're here, that's good. I can't see, the lights is too much for me. I'm used to the darkness all my life.
If the light fades, we can't see.
Can we ask you to escort, we are very honored to have Consul General of Sri Lanka, Mr. Lakshmanji, please. Can you escort them there? And we have the Consular, Kathy Amzad, who's our Diamond Digi group people. Is he here, please? Amzad is not here. So can we, Seva Singh ji, can you do that honor, please? Can you escort? Thank you so much.
That's better.
Who's representing the
Mayor.
Kathy,
Kathy Collins, please. It's, who can?
and the mayor of Blackstone has been very, very, very sportive. So thank you so much. So can we ask this gentleman to address the board?
Thank you, Vijay. I'm Dr. Valenjo. While the people are unwrapping the book, I thought we might tell you a few things about the importance of this book. This book was one of the projects of Aasha, Australia Foundation, where we. Oh, yes. So this was the project for intergenerational relationships, where Aasha got all the seniors with the school students from the classes of, say, 7 to 10 years old, 10 years of standards, and they wrote down all those recipes, the Indian recipes and recipes that they themselves made. You'll be we're very much impressed by the work done. It was an incredible project, and I think we are very, very proud of that project. Aasha has made a lot of projects like that. We don't say too much about our projects, but our projects say a lot of things about ourselves. And I'm sure multicultural minister and we've been working with legal rights and everything else. And we have achieved a lot of good things, especially in the area of elderly abuse. Asha has prepared a lot of small, say, skits where people come to know about the harshness of these senior abuse things. So thank you very much, all of you, for being our partners in this big project. And there are many more projects that are going to come. Thank you very much.
Just a token of our gratitude, please can we honor her. Would you like to say something? Anybody would like to say something?
Well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Look, it's absolutely fantastic to be here tonight. My name's Mark Talon, the member for Seven Hills. But importantly, I'm here tonight on behalf of the New South Wales Premier Gladys Berejiklian and also the Multicultural Minister Natalie Ward. Can I perhaps take the opportunity here to recognise those members of council and also Multicultural New South Wales? All of their names have been mentioned, but can I just say that the sheer number of councillors and representatives of government and our consul generals that are here tonight just goes to show what a fantastic job that Aasha does and what an important event. So perhaps a round of applause. Can I say congratulations to Aasha? They do a wonderful job in our community, and as it's been mentioned numerous times before, unless you are in good physical health, unless you are in good mental health, you cannot contribute and you cannot engage with community to your absolute full potential. So can I thank Aasha for all that work that they do, whether it's things like yoga, whether it's things like cooking classes, whether it's things like lectures on mental health, or whether it's purely just bringing people together so we can talk to one another and feel respected and wanted within the community so we can enjoy it to its full potential. So congratulations, Aasha, on all that fantastic work that you do. New South Wales Government's very proud of our community, and I know our friend from Multicultural New South Wales, Joseph, will tell you that over $12.5 million has been spent on multicultural events, and particularly almost $1 million on those in the Indian Australian community. And Joseph, I don't think we reached $1 million, so perhaps we can beat that next year. But we will try and do that. Can I say a couple of other words? I just wish to mention that I understand that it has been a terrible, terrible time in India of recent. And from my family, from my children and my wife, can I pass on my prayers and my thoughts of those of you that have lost loved ones within your family or those that are suffering deeply in your family? Can I pass on my thoughts and regards in that respect? Can I also say I think it's very important that as we sit here in the heart of the Indian Australian community in Blacktown, and I say one thing's important, and that is tonight we are going to celebrate good times with music and dance. And I think it's very important to make a great Australia. We need lots of different multicultural communities. So can I ask you, whatever you do, please hold on to your languages. Please hold on to your culinary delights such as the cookbook. Please hold on to dance and culture and pass those down to the coming generations, because that's exactly what makes Australia a fantastic place. It's because it's a melting pot of all good cultures. And we take all those together and we work together and make a fantastic country. So enjoy tonight, and thank you on behalf of the Premier for being here.
Thank you, Mark. And Mark has been very, very sporty and we really appreciate it. Right to Mr. Gupta.
Good evening, everyone. I'm absolutely delighted to join everyone here. And of course, I would acknowledge all the distinguished dignitaries here at the podium. But let me just thank you, Aasha, for the wonderful job you do. And what is more important for me is after I'm meeting lot of seniors after quite some time. This is really important. It's also about our cultural resources. We bring our families and our younger generations, we pass on to those value systems. And I think that's the most important. Last year and a half nearly has been tough, but I think our Indian astronomical community has been quite resilient, and this has taken us this far. Back home, situation has been a bit difficult, but together, I think this phase has also passed. The worst is over, and we look for better times ahead. But during this period, I would like to thank everyone here for a solidarity and support. That means a lot to us. That means a lot to the people who have worked on the front lines. That means a lot to the families who have lost their near and dear ones. This is a big encouragement, and I think we should keep up our spirits high. And lastly, I think it's a great, beautiful city over here, and the multicultural mark towards me. I think this is a spirit that should keep up alive. It's about passing those values, those systems to the coming generations. That nourish all of you, good health and all happiness, and enjoy a beautiful evening. Thank you.
Thank you, Manishi. We really appreciate your lovely wife to come and join us. It gives us a lot of pleasure and a lot of encouragement. Joseph Libosta, our favorite Joseph.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you, Jay. Very kind. Can I just firstly echo everything Martin Taylor said in terms of the sentiment of the New South Wales government, and also Mr. Gupta, know that the Australian community, and especially the New South Wales community, I think felt what was happening back in your homeland as much as anywhere else in the world, and that we stood shoulder to shoulder with you. And I know there was an incredible amount of donations and fundraising from a lot of the people who were in the room, and Aasha and others, that did go back to India to make a real difference. So I just wanted to very quickly touch on this book. And I want to say that in a society today where there are so many different things competing for the demands of our time, something like cooking and making a meal before we share the meal is incredibly important. And I admire and acknowledge Aasha for reminding us all of the fact that cooking is one of the few things that cuts through generations. In my own family right now, unfortunately, my grandmother, my nonna, in an Italian sense, is very unwell and is starting the onset of dementia. And sadly, she can't share those recipes with my wife and my children. And I think it's incumbent to never wait for the right time, but for all of us as we go, to make sure that we seize every opportunity possible whenever we catch up on the weekends or in the evenings to share a meal, that we do so by involving the younger generation. And it's fantastic to see so many young people in the room. So on behalf of Multicultural New South Wales, on behalf of the New South Wales Government, I guess I just want to reinforce the importance of initiatives like this. We're very proud to fund it, but nothing is a substitute for a good home-cooked meal. And it is so important, whilst there's things around challenges for health and our diets, that we continue to make sure that we make that home-cooked meal and make as many ingredients from scratch, because fundamentally it will also make us a healthier society, and our health for all of us is incredibly important. So again, thank you all for giving your time up tonight. I can't wait to sing and dance, but my special thanks to the team at Aasha. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Joseph. And these books are sold for $10, which is a very, very sale price. So if you take two, we might give you a little discount also. Always a discount. I really appreciate Kathy, who's representing the mayor, and we really appreciate it. There was not enough time. Just a little story, when we were stuck there and we had problem to get access to the hall from 10 o'clock, mayor came up, and we really appreciate the support given to us.
Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to Blacktown's Bowman Hall. We are so pleased to see you choose it at the last minute, I take it, to celebrate your wonderful evening. Now, let me say to you, I love Indian food, and Up until now, I have had no idea how to cook it, but now I know all about it. Looking through these recipes, I can see you've done it in Indian and in English, and I can tell you I will be having a go at some of those recipes. Now, I also have to say that 55 years and over are considered aged, which is a little bit of a worry, really. So I think a whole heap of us in this room fit into that category. We have to confess. And I can relate to the efforts have gone into making sure that the grandparents, and I would say 2/3 of this room would probably be filled with grandparents, are looked after and taken care of. And I do understand also that up to now, maybe some grandparents have slipped through the cracks, as we say in Australian language, and have been neglected. And I'm very pleased and congratulate your organisation for taking up the challenge of ensuring that your elderly are looked after and made sure that they lead good lives and fruitful lives, and that they can continue to do the wonderful work that they have done all their years, not because they're just old, they have to stop, but they can continue doing that. And so to all the grandparents in this room, I say, well done, keep up the good work, show the others how you can do it, and you'll be setting a great example. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Kathy. I'll invite our directors to please honor these our special guests. And just by the way, that Aasha's got text deductible, and it's nearly text time before June. So if you do not do Aasha, you will get 50% special from the government, and we'll make a request. So please, with your donations and your support, we can do more. We do, but there's a long way to go. I just want to share a little story, because when we started Bollywood Fit, and thanks to Dr. Tanima, our first video reached to 3.9 million views throughout the globe. And in March we had online, and thanks to a lot of our doctors who have been supporting us, who have donated also, our Facebook reach had 5.2 million views. So that's something. So it's not only in Sydney, throughout Australia, India, Amsterdam, and then we had our first sponsor from UK, and Rashmi, which I was really impressed. I said, why do you want to sponsor us? You got so many organizations there. And he said, what you do is unique. And interesting thing is, he said he's sponsoring us for 2 years. It doesn't matter how much amount it is. He's giving us 3,000, by the way, don't tell anyone, every year. And it's in the memory of his parents. What a great gesture. I think, it's something to think about. I would like my family to start while I can see it, because if you do it when I'm not there, I'm not going to see it. So better is to do it. So it's a great thought, and we appreciate. Thank you very much. Enjoy the evening and have fun. Thank you. And yes, please, can we honor? Dr. Subramanian. There's another one also. Okay. Thank you so much. So can we please escort them to the seats? Thank you. And our MCs, all yours now.
Thank you, Vijindaji. Thank you.
Just one thing before, I've been asked to welcome Dr. Muralidharan as well. He's come all the way from Gilgandra.
Thank you, Vijindaji. Thank you, Kedarji. And thank you to all the dignitaries for doing the honors. I think Aasha Foundation is truly privileged with your presence over here.
And also, on a very serious note, whoever is going to purchase these books, we are expecting an invitation for dinner from you guys. We will go
anywhere for free food. So we need an invitation from all of you.
Also, just quickly, we are going live on Radio Sangam Australia. We're live on Apna Friends channel Sydney, and we're also live on PTC Punjabi channel in India as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our wonderful partners, live partners.
Yes, and also a huge round of applause for our dignitaries who came up on stage. Ladies and gentlemen, Zordar Taliyan. Thank you.
जोर से बजाओ यार, जोर से बजाओ. Moving on, अंग्रेजी में अर्ज किया है. इरशाद बोलो, इरशाद. बोलो, इरशाद बोलो, इरशाद. Every song has its own heartbeat. The pulse in music is what makes it alive.
यानी नृत्य और संगीत दोनों हैं सदियों पुराने गीत. नृत्य बिना संगीत कहाँ लगता है प्यारा,
और संगीत बिना नृत्य करे क्या बेचारा. वाह 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 वाह, बहुत बोलो.
Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Dr. Pragya Duggal as she brings music alive on stage with her mesmerizing dance.
जोरदार तालियां बजती रहनी चाहिए. Thank you.
रघुकुलरी सदा चलिया प्राण जाए पर वचन न जाए दे